Good afternoon. It's another edition of Harness News Live with your boy Trey Colbeck here. Big episode, August 4th edition. We'll have some quick recaps of everything going down at Mohawk last night. They had When You Wish Upon a Star, Miller's Farms, and Pure Ivory for 2-year-olds. Our brief United States Sire Stakes recap, and then we'll get into the heavy stuff coming up this weekend. The Meadowlands, the Hambletonian, 98th running of the Hambletonian and Hambletonian Oaks. A couple other stake races we'll get into there as well, and we'll also dive into the Battle of Waterloo on Monday at Grand River. Great. Today's episode is a little late. I'm trying my best to get it all on time. It's tough to get this was a tough episode to get in, and of course, I also got distracted a little bit this morning because my boy James Youngquist from Century Downs was on the Rod Peterson show. I love Rod Peterson, the former voice of the Saskatchewan Roughriders, as a talk show host, one of the best probably in sports daytime sports shows in Canada. And he's been at Century Downs this week. And of course, James was on today to talk about Shark Week, Century Downs, and all the nifty little things about harness racing to a sports crowd that might not know tons about it. If you want to check out James, go to today's episode of Rod Peterson, the Rod Peterson Show. Near the end of the episode, check James out there. He did a great job. But today's episode of Harness News Live is always sponsored by Harness Bid, the game changer in the standardbred and harness racing bloodstock industry. It provides buyers and sellers with an easy-to-use online platform that offers global reach and unparalleled transparency and convenience for you, the customer. With zero commissions on any horse sold, buyers can purchase horses with the convenience that they are getting the best value for their money, while at the same time, sellers can list their horses without worrying about hefty commission fees eating into their profits. For more information and to get started, visit harnessbid.com. And also our United States Sire Stakes recaps will be brought to you by the United States Trotting Association, which I'll bring that up again later. But first, before we get into that, Mohawk had some 2-year-old, some 2-year-old stakes. Up first, When You Wish Upon a Star. This one was very interesting. Let's see how this one ended.
King J, the even money choice, leads them through the final turn. Second best, Odds On Platinum, continuing to be third, Singing in the Rain. Up on the outside now, there goes It's a Love Thing for McDonald. That's live cover for Staying with Emily getting underway. Moving into 6 will be Job Hunter. Then along the inside, it was Pam, back markers, Stonebridge Halo. And Watching You, here's 3/4 and 1, 25 and 2, 28 and 1 through the third for Reigning Jade. Up on the outside now, here comes Odds On Platinum. Philion's got another live bullet here. 3-wide path. It's a Love Thing, a 3-way thriller in the When You Wish Upon a Star. Here is Odds On Platinum. Odds On Platinum, and on the outside, It's a Love Thing. Too close to call there in lag 2 of the When You Wish Upon a Star. Reigning.
So it was called a dead heat between Odds On Platinum and It's a Love Thing. Both are sired by Bettor's Delight. Let's start with Odds On Platinum. This would be your second win in 3 starts. The 152 and 2 is a new lifetime mark. The other one, It's a Love Thing, also Bettor's Delight sire. Like I said, perfect 3 for 3 with a 152 and 2 mile time also being her lifetime mark, only being out her previous best time by 1/5 of a second. So that's how this was race 7 last night. A very tough, close call there. Sugar Doyle couldn't call it, and that means it must be close if Sugar can't call it. But we had a great night of 2-year-olds earlier in the night, the Millard Farms. Let's send it up back to Sugar to hear how this one ended.
Tyler Jones also switching outside was Long Shot Perfect Landing, and from last way out there, Royal Beluga up and towards 3/4. Send It In Hanover, 127 and 3, and leads them into the stretch. Send It In Hanover chased up now up on the outside. Flight Landing coming on late. Perfect Landing almost there. Send It In Hanover still coming. Flight Landing. Picture Perfect here into his work indeed. Send It In Hanover, the son of Green Shoe, makes it 3 for 3 in the Millard Farms.
Send It In Hanover, a Green Shoe sired, is now 3 for 3 as well. Won back-to-back in the Millard Farms, posting a 156 and 2, which is now his lifetime mark. There's also had 2 splits of the Pure Ivory for 2-year-olds, 2-year-old trotters. First up, race 1, Cool Mabel Wallner's side goes perfect 2 for 2 and also posts a new lifetime mark of 157-2 for trainer Sean Stacy. Let's see how this filly does it.
3/4 they travel. No challengers yet for Cool Ma Bell. Here comes the pocket sitter now. Draw the line. Put in play by Tyler Jones. And moving up into third. Into contention. Baby Be My Love. After 3/4, 129-4. And now the sprint is on. Cool Ma Bell trying to turn back. Draw the line. Draw the line trying to gain. Cool Ma Bell. Very strong for McClure. Cool Ma Bell was coasting all the way. And she's going to take leg 2 of the Pure Ivory here. Winner by 2.5 under wraps. Draw the line was second. Woman of Passion third. Then Baby Be My Love.
A couple races later, Cold Snaps gets a third win in 5 starts, also posting a new lifetime mark of 156-1. Back-to-back wins here in the Pure Ivory after finishing 9th in the New Jersey Sire Stakes in the Meadowlands. Blake McIntosh trains this young trotter. Let's see how this one does it.
All day, and trailing the field was Stubborn She. Up and towards 3/4, and they can't get close to Cold Snaps. Cold Snaps by 3/4, 126-4. This filly was 28-4 through the third and still leading by 3, though the strides are beginning to shorten. Cold Snaps the one. Quickly now, Van G. Hanover. Make it Van G. Blue Chip. Trying to come to her now. It's Cold Snaps. Van G. Blue Chip. Gaining with every stride. Running at a track, though, and running at a time. Cold Snaps looking for the line. Cold Snaps holds on to win it. Vanjie Blue.
Yeah, thanks, Sugar, for the call there. Sugar sounding good on the mic at Mohawk. That wraps up everything kind of going on at the Mohawk. Let's do our American Sire Stakes recap brought to you by the United States Trotting Association. First up, New York had a couple different divisions going on. First up, 2-year-old filly Pacers in the New York Sire Stakes at Batavia on Wednesday. 2 splits. Let's see who wins the first one.
Now they're on even terms as they come up with an 1/8 of a mile to go. They're going to pair up for the sprint to the wire. Delightful on the inside. Cam American down the center. On the far outside, here comes Hunting Hula on the inside. Beast Talks. 4 of them across the track. Who do you like? It's going to be tight. Oh, it's a photo. A blanket finish, a fantastic photo finish in 155-3.
Hunter Hula by Huntsville breaks her maiden, gets a 155-3 time, back-to-back seconds in leg 1 and 2 of the New York Sire Stakes. Then finished 7th in leg 3, but rallied to finish 3rd last time out in leg 4. She gets her first win. The next race 11, So Well Dressed by So Surreal. Now it's 3 wins and 5 starts, getting a new lifetime mark of 155-4. One legs 1 and 2 in the New York Sire Stakes. Then finished 6th in leg 3 and 3rd in leg 4. Finally gets back to the winner's circle. Let's see how she does it.
A perfect trip. Bronx Barista now going up for the drive. She's on the outside of Blue Point. Then Fresh Legs trying to get around I'm a Believer as they turn for the wire. So Well Dressed turns with the lead. On the inside, Blue Point in the lightning lane. Outside, Bronx Barista. So Well Dressed. Here comes Blue Point. So Well Dressed and Blue Point.
And that concludes the 2 splits there for the 2-year-old filly Pacers New York Sire Stakes. The Yonkers had the 3-year-old filly Pacers on Thursday. 2 splits as well. Let's see who wins the first one.
On the turn, Earth, Wind, and Fire trying to see it through. True Blue Hanover has been in the pocket the whole way. Sweet Home is in with a chance. Then Turn on the Charm. Field turns for home. Earth, Wind, and Fire, hands and knees. Here comes True Blue Hanover. Earth, Wind, and Fire needs the wire. True Blue Hanover needs 3/4 of a length. Earth, Wind, Fire. True Blue Hanover. Earth, Wind, Fire. Yes, would not be denied. True Blue Hanover. Then Sweet Home. Final time.
Earth, Wind, and Fire by American Ideal goes perfect. 6 for 6. Won a couple legs of the New York Sire Stakes series as well. She's looking on fire. Earth, Wind, and Fire looking on fire. That's my dad joke for the day. A couple races later, Southwind Bella, Huntsville Sire, gets her 3rd win in 9 starts this year. Never has finished outside the top 3 so far in 2023. Now has earned over $130,000 in earnings this year. Went 3 for 4 in a rookie campaign. That's another one that's looking pretty hot. Let's see how she does it.
Through 3/4 and 125-1. Fields on the final turn. Southwind Bella pedal to the metal. Jack Pelling trying to bust it open here. Vivian's Dream with dead aim as the field turns for home. Southwind Bella trying to take him gate to wire. Vivian's Dream trying to gun down Southwind Bella. Southwind Bella a length and a half. Vivian's Dream trying, but she's going to be second best to Southwind Bella, who's a powerful 4-length winner. Vivian's Dream held second over Silky Stride.
That concludes the New York Sire Stakes. Ohio State Fair at Scioto happened on Thursday as well. The 2-year-old filly Pacers and 2-year-old filly Trotters, 3 splits of each. Let's start with the Pacers. First race of the day, Seaside Diva by Down by the Sea gets her 3rd win in 6 starts, has 2 seconds. Only a hiccup, and 2 seconds and a third. Only hiccup this year was a 5th in the Ohio Sire Stakes earlier in July. She posted a 151-2, which is now her lifetime mark. Let's check out this final 1/4 mile.
Fourth to the inside gapping, Fear of Moonlight, outside gapping cover, Rock Your Wings. Bubble Trouble in a tough spot is followed by Katie Up and Strictly Perfect. The trailer 3/4 was 123-4. They're into the stretch and on their way home, and it's Heart of the Sea digging in outside. Seaside Diva kicks in gear, and she is gone. Seaside Diva up to win it from Flying Bullet.
Again, that was Seaside Diva. A couple races later, Rose Run Zoe by Lather Up gets her first career win, posting a 151-3. Has always finished in the top 3, so she's been near and around the top, but finally gets the job done. This is how she does it.
Trailer Amba Beach Lady, 3/4 paced in 122-4, 27-4 backside for Illegal. She's got the lead. Kane trying to get the plugs out as Rose Run Zoe is clear and driving, and she's closing in now from second. Seaside Streaker in full retreat. Cruiser canceled in between horses. Daisy Star 3 wide into the stretch. Illegal with the lead. Rose Run Zoe is digging in. She's taking dead aim at Illegal. It's Rose Run Zoe on the outside, getting up to win it. Rose Run Zoe from Illegal.
And the final split is way back in race 14 on Thursday. Another Lather Up sire, Beautiful Lather, gets 2nd win in 6 career starts, posting a new lifetime mark of 152-4. This is the final quarter mile for her.
At 123-4, 27-4 backside. Fearless Ginger with the lead. Beautiful Lather back to the inside to save ground. Will come right back to the outside to challenge. Miss Betty is rolled up into 3rd. Golf Moon got steppy. She's now 4th. Line Order outside 5th into the stretch. Fearless Ginger coming on and coming at her. Beautiful Lather on the outside, getting the better of Fearless Ginger. Beautiful Lather to take the 3rd division of the State Fair's manager's pace in 1.
That's the Pacers. Now, 2-year-old filly Trotters, they had 3 splits as well. First one was race 2 on Thursday at Scioto. Let's see who takes home the first one.
Pocket 126-4, 29-3 backside. Sister Wives is 4th, but has given away a couple of lengths on the outside. Midnight Daydream inside, saving ground. One Fancy Lady as they come to the top of the stretch. I Am Independent as the lead. Opens up 2. Sugar Instead is there. 2nd. Possibility is digging. I Am Independent. Page controlled the tempo, and she will sprint home a winner in the 1st division of the Ohio Fair's Trot. I Am Independent from Sugar Instead.
I Am Independent by Triumphant Caviar. 2nd win in 5 starts. 155-1 is now her lifetime mark. A lot of lifetime marks getting broke the last few days. Broke last time out on the mile or on the track and finished 7th, but as this was clearly a nice bounce back. A few races later, race 7, Just As I Am As by Lion Hunter gets her 3rd win in 4 starts. Only one blemish was an 8th place finish in the Ohio Sire Stakes, and she posted a 157-3 mile time, which is her lifetime mark. Let's check that out.
28-1, 28-4 backside. Purple People Leader trying to go all the way. Hot Tea trying to grind her down. Our moment in time from the pocket, 3 wide. Comes West 55, 4 wide. Just As I Am Us. Jolita will have to weave through traffic. Maxine Sill looking for racing room. Off stride when Our Moment in Time into the stretch. And Hot Tea roars by and takes over the lead. Just As I Am Us closing on the outside. Hot Tea, Just As I Am Us. Photo for win. 157-3.
And to wrap it all up, the race 13 on the card, Roxana by What the Hill finished 2nd, but was placed 1st. 2nd win in 4 starts. 156-1 is now her lifetime mark. Let's check that out.
The lead. Legacy Affair to the rail. Roxana starting to close in for Merriman. From in between horses is Estiso. 3 wide. She's Spicy. It's a Girl Thing. Pierre Serenade is bowed out. Into the stretch. Jurassic Hattie, the one to catch. Roxana taking dead aim on the outside, is digging in, trying to close. Jurassic Hattie digging in. Outside, Roxana trying to get to her, but bearing into the wire. Very tight photo for win. Jurassic Hattie and Roxana in a picture, 156 and 1.
And that will conclude our recap portion. The American Sire Stakes recap portion is brought to you by the United States Trotting Association, USTA.com. Check out everything they got going on there. On now to preview time. We have a lot we could talk about over this weekend. Could spend hours talking about everything going on both sides of the border. We're going to focus first on the Meadowlands on Saturday, tomorrow, post time, 12 p.m. They got a full-fledged card, Hambletonian Saturday. The big race 12 on the card. And this is the full field here. Number 1, Celebrity Bambino gets Yannick. The 2, Oh Well, gets Tim Tetrick. 3, Osceola gets Doug McNair. 4, Winners Bet, Dexter Dunn teams up. The 5, Point of Perfect, Dave Miller. 6, Up Your Deo with Oka Swanstead. 7, Southwind Coors with J-Mac, James McDonald. The 8, French Wine, Andy Miller. 9, Ghostly Casper with Brian Sears. And Scott Zeron will team up with Tactical Approach in the 10 hole. If you're interested in my thoughts, this is my picks. I like the 1, Celebrity Bambino gets the rail. I know there's some talk about what post position is the best at the Meadowlands, but I'm going to go with Celebrity Bambino. Gets the inside, gets Yannick. Yannick drove a couple horses last week to victory in the eliminations. Takes this one over Point of Perfect. So I'm going to, Celebrity Bambino gets the rail, gets the inside. Trainer Ron Burke won the elimination in 150 and 4. New lifetime mark. Wow. Second win of the year for Celebrity Bambino. 7th lifetime last time. So I'm going to go with that. My top choice for second. We go with the morning line odds, 12 to 1. 3, Osceola with Doug McNair gets a third in 153 and 1 in the eliminations. But I just like what this horse has been doing up in Woodbine before coming down. Had a couple bad starts there in the good times and the Ontario Sire Stakes Gold. But before that was looking pretty good. If with a little bit of time off here and readjusting and having to qualify to come back into this one, I think Osceola will be one to reckon with there. For third, I'm going to go with the 5, Point of Perfect, the other elimination winner. Had Yannick last time. This time gets David Miller. Won in 151 and 2 in the elimination. Beat Osceola actually last time out, who got third. I think it's going to be a battle between these two down the stretch for second, between Osceola and Point of Perfect. So I'm definitely like these two. For fourth, if I have to throw my fourth in there, just in case of a scratch, I'm going to go with the 10, Far Outside, Tactical Approach with Scotty Zeron. Third last time in the eliminations, 151 and 2. Times are kind of around everyone else's. That very consistent 151 time. If you're looking at the program, 151 and 2, 151 and 1, 151 and 4. And I think that this race is going to go in 150, 151. So I think this horse will definitely be near the front. So the Hambletonian picks for myself. Trey's picks 1, 3, 5, and 10. But the Phillies have their shot a few races earlier in race 10 in the Hambletonian Oaks, going for $500,000. Sorry, I forgot to mention Hambletonian going for $1 million US. Hambletonian Oaks going for $500,000 in American currency. Here's a field of 10 from the inside. The 1, Walner Payton gets Dexter Dunn. The 2, Heart on Fire, Todd McCarthy. 3, Bond, Oka Swanstead. The 4, Righteous Resolve coming in at 8 to 1. That's where I saw the 8 in my mind. The 5, Rally Something with Yannick. 6, Mamba Sita, Scott Zeron. 7, Instagram model with Andrew McCarthy. 8, Kaylee S with David Miller. 9, Secret Volo, Brian Sears. And the 10, Heaven Hanover with Tim Tetrick. I'm going to go back-to-back rail horses here. You want to know my picks? Walner Payton won the elimination in 151 and 4 with Dexter Dunn. And gets the rail. I'm going to be very interested to see what the rail horses do on Saturday. But I think I like Walner Payton in this one. Has three wins so far this year. Never finished outside the top 3. 3 wins, 3 seconds, and 2/3 and 8 starts. I really like what this Chris Ryder trained filly has been doing. For second in this one, I'm going to go to the outside 9-hole. Secret Volo finished second in the eliminations in 151 and 3. again, has been in and around the top. 6 starts this year, 2 wins, 2 seconds, and 2/3. Really hard to see this horse finishing elsewhere. Gets Brian Sears in the bike. For third, I'm going to go with Bond. Before the 5th place in the eliminations, and before that had a third, few wins in a row. 3 wins and 5 starts this year, 1/3. The one big blemish, I guess, was the eliminations, finishing 5th. I think this horse will bounce back. Now for 4th, throw it in here just in case of any scratches or anything. I'm going to go with the 5, Rally Something with Yannick. 2nd in the eliminations, couple wins before that in, Pennsylvania Sired Stakes and the Tompkins. Looking really good. 5 wins, 3 seconds in 8 starts. Again, the times of 151, 152 is what I expect this mile to be trotted in. Next, we're going to look at the Cane. We're going to jump around here. I'm going to look at the top, what I think are the 5 top biggest stake races of the day. Next up is the Cane Pace, race 14. Big field of 11. Making the graphic here for 11 horses is not easy, but I did it anyway. And here is your field of 11 going for $315,000 up at the purse. Number 1, Strength from Above. The 2 is El Rey with Scott Zeron. 3, 7 Colors with Dexter Dunn. 4, Ammo, Dave Miller. 5, Confederate, Meadowlands Pace winner with Tim Tetrick. The 6, Hurricane Hunter, Daniel Duby. 7, Christchurch with Yannick Gingras. 8, Captain Taylor, Andrew McCarthy. 9, Handle Like a Porsche, Patrick Ryder. 10, Bucephalus, Jordan Stratton. And the 11, Hungry Angel Boy, Todd McCarthy. In this one, I'm going to take, it's hard to go against, I think, the 5, Confederate. Only horse that's lost to in the last 5 starts, it's My Show, the North America Cup winner. Other than that, Confederate won the Meadowland Pace pretty handily in 147 flat. Wow, this horse has been doing monster miles, everything under 148 the last few times out. If you look at the times, it's the only horse that seems to have times under 148. Hungry Angel Boy might not be the only one that has 1 or 2 in there. Everyone else is kind of the 148 to 151 mark. I'm going with Confederate and T-Trick. For second, I'm going to go to the 11 horse Hungry Boy Angel. Like I said, the only horse to kind of have times close to Confederate. Gets Todd McCarthy. I think the 11 horse field here will be very interesting to see. For third, I'm going to go with the 7 Christchurch with Yannick. Again, another horse that does have some of those 147 times. Was up and around the top end in the Meadowland Pace behind Confederate and Hungry Boy Angel. And I think these 3 will hook up again. Throw the 4th horse in there. My Canadian mind doesn't like how this horse's name is spelt, but 7 Colors. We'll go with the 3, 7 Colors to take the 4th spot. And this, again, is race 14 at the Meadowlands tomorrow. The next race we're going to look at on the card is race 7, the Lady Liberty, going for $171,000 in purse. Another full field of 11. Like I said, these graphics, I hate making them, but we'll do it. From the inside, the 1, Grace Hill with Doug McNair. The 2, Max Contract, Andy Miller. 3, Test of Faith, Dave Miller. 4, Silver Label, Scott Zeron. 5, Boudoir Hanover, Todd McCarthy. The 6, Michaela, George Brennan. 7, Always Be First, Andrew McCarthy. The 8, McMarkle Sparkle, Jason Barlett. 9, Anna Rien with Dexter Dunn. 10, Amazing Dream with Yannick Gingras. And the 11, Kobe's Gigi, Brian Sears. In this one, I'm going to surprise, I'm going to take the rail horse again. Grace Hill. I think the rail is going to kill me because I like all the horses getting the rail. But let's see how the rail treats them. This horse, look at those lines. 6 wins and 8 starts. 2 seconds this year. Back-to-back seconds before coming up big last time out in the Cleopatra. Really like this horse. Doug McNair gets in the bike. Ooh, I could imagine this horse winning wire to wire, but I could also imagine this horse getting, some horse from the outside leaving and putting this horse 5th, 6th, 7th in the mix, but will still break down late. Look at those 26 and 3 final quarter times. I'm going to go with Grace Hill. For second, I'm going to go with the 3, Test of Faith with Dave Miller. 1 last time out, that was a qualifier. A couple back-to-back, not great starts there, but I really like what this horse has been doing. Yet to win this year. but is always near and around the top. Like I said, sorry, 1 in a qualifier and 149 and 1. That means anything. With a 25 and 4 closing quarter, so she's got late speed. Let's see where she can be near the end. For third, I'm going to go with the 4-horse Silver Label with Scotty Z. One last time in 148 and 4, closing quarter of 26 flat, won by a neck over a horse. Maybe many people who watch Mohawk might know is the Barn Dog is watching. Pretty tough horse there to beat. Wins it. Usually has Doug McNair had Doug McNair in the bike for that one. Sometimes has Scotty Z in the bike. Scotty Z jumps aboard this time. So the top three here is 1, 3, 4. But for my fourth place horse, I'm going to go with Kobe's GG, the 11. The other race I'm going to look at, final one here of the 5 I'm going to look at, is the $278,000 John Cashman Memorial Open Trot. Really was intrigued by this one. Some really interesting horses in this one. And here is the field of 9. This graphic's a little easier to make. The 1 is Delayed Hanover with Yannick Gingras. The 2, Ambassador Hanover, Scott Zeron. 3, Asteroid, Dexter Dunn. 4, Rattle My Cage with Tim Tetrick. 5, Jujubee, Andrew McCarthy. 6, Southwind, Tyrion, Oka Swanstead. 7, Balenciaga with Mark McDonald. 8, Venerate, Brian Sears. And the 9, It's Academic with Dave Miller. And this one, I'm going to like the 9, It's Academic. One last time in 151 and 4. And before that one in 150 and 2. And before that one in 151 and 3. Coming in off a 3-win race streak here. And so far this year, it's 5 wins and 8 starts, 1 second and 2 thirds. So it's never finished worse than third. The Ron Burke trained trotter. For second, I'm going with just the inside horse to him, Venerate, the 8. Had a couple qualifiers in here. Hasn't been racing a bunch. Only 2 official starts this year. 1 win in 1 second. So I'm very interested in what Venerate will do. I don't know if he'll have enough to win, but I think he'll be near the end. For third, I'm going to go with the 4, Rattle My Cage. Gets Tim Tetrick. Finished second last time out. 2, It's Academic. Beat out actually Asteroid, who I'm going to take for fourth. So I think Rattle My Cage and Tim Tetrick will be near the end. And like I said, for fourth, I'm going to take Asteroid. 2 starts, 1 third so far this year. But, you know, their times are very, very, very similar to the rest of the field. And I think that will fit in. There's a lot more going on Saturday at the Meadowlands. You got the Shady Daisy for 3-year-old fillies, Dr. John Steele Memorial, Muscle Hill for 3-year-old Colton Geldings, Sam McKee Memorial Open Pace. A couple finals for the New Jersey Sire Stakes for 2-year-old trotting Colton Geldings and the 2-year-old trotting fillies. Both pacing divisions go tonight, along with Lake 3 for the kindergarten series. So make sure you check out the Meadowlands tonight and tomorrow, because you know I will be. You know what? We have one more big time race to go. A couple of races to go over, but big time day at Grand River on Monday, holiday Monday. Let's look at the Battle of Waterloo, race 11. I believe their first race post time, 12:30 Eastern time. But near the end here, race 11, Battle of Waterloo, going for a purse of $205,000. Here is your field of 9. The 1, Max Patrick, gets Jody Jameson. The 2, Chalk Hanover, James McDonald. 3, Do Better, Sylvian Filion. 4, McWicked Time, Travis Collin. And the 5, Always a Thrill, Bob McClure. 6, Stopwatch, Louis Philippe Waugh. 7, Manhawk, Trevor Henry. 8, Crush, Kill, Destroy, Tyler Borth. And Enforcer, number 9, teams up with a guy we've already talked about a lot at the Meadowlands on Saturday, Doug McNair. My top choices in this one, I got to go with Do Better. Perfect 4 for 4. Sylvian Filion in the bike. 156 last time on the half-mile track. Before that, post 151 and 3 at Mohawk. Love what this 2-year-old gelding is doing. For second, I'm going to go with the 5, Always a Thrill. Got the win in the other elimination in 157 and 2. Slightly slower, about a second and 2/5 slower than the other elimination. That's his first win of the year. Had a second before that. Seems to be getting better every week. So I'm going to go with Always a Thrill. And just note, both elimination winners were by a trainer, Robert McIntosh, and that's who I have as my 1-2 here. For third, I'm going to go with the 9, Enforcer. Finished second behind Do Better. Had a better time than Always a Thrill. interested about the post position. That is my one kind of let's see what happens post position 9. For 4, I'm going to take the 2 chalk Hanover. And just a race before that is the Battle of the Bells going for $138,400. 2-year-old Philly Pacers. Ooh, another field of 9. Collusion Hanover gets the inside rail with Louis Philippe Waugh. 2 Greatest Pleasure, Jean-Rene Plante. The 3 Peeler with Bob McClear. 4 Pass Line, James McDonald. 5 Cheese Party, Trevor Henry in the bike. 6 Bonini's Best Bet with Doug McNair. 7 Pass the Delight with Jody Jameson. 8 How Much gets Tyler Borth, and the 9 TH Jackie's Legacy with Travis Collin. In this one, I'm going to take the rail horse. I take too many rail horses, I guess, today. Collusion Hanover, Louis Philippe Waugh won the elimination, 156-4. That puts her in the same category as a lot of those Colts and Geldings in the Waterloo. I like what her times are doing. For second, I'm going to go with the morning line favorite at 7-5. Pass Line, James McDonald, 1 in 155-3. I think it's going to be these 2. I'm going to take the horse first that I think might have a little bit more value. I'm going to go with the value play here. Pass Line is very hard to bet against. 4 wins and a third in 5 starts gets James McDonald, but I think it will be the 1 in the 4, 4-1 coming down the stretch. But there is one horse that could wreck it. I'm going to say it's the 2 Greatest Pleasure. Finished second in the eliminations behind Pass Line. Has 2 wins, 1 second, and a third in 4 career starts. And for fourth, I'm going to put the 3 Peeler. Wow, that's everything I have for you today. It's been a great day recapping, previewing. Again, remember, Meadowlands tonight has some big races, and also tomorrow, Hambletonian going on. We'll go over all that. Monday, Grand River, having a great day there. Monday show, we won't have a Monday show. It's a holiday. I want to take it off. I want to watch Grand River. I want to give them their time. We'll recap everything. Tuesday, we'll do Tuesday, roughly around 3 p.m. Eastern time. The show's rough. I'm trying to get my stuff in on time here. Not always perfect 3 p.m. Eastern time, but we'll do my best going forward. After that, we'll have Wednesday, back to Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern, and next Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. It's been great. I want to thank our sponsors, HarnessBid, the game changer. Make sure you check out harnessbid.com, see what's all going on there, and the USTA, a new sponsorship deal. Loving it, having there. So again, and make sure you check out Harness Link. I think everyone at all the writers at Harness Link threw our picks for the Hambletonian. That should be up sometime today, I believe, if not already. So if you want to know everyone else's picks, like Ace Barnsdale, Garnett Barnsdale, Steve Wolf, our Australian and New Zealand crew, check out harnesslink.com for that and everything else of the great writing that goes on there. This is Harness News Live with Trey Colbeck from everyone at Harness Link and Ace behind the scenes. See you next time. Bye-bye.